Cool, cool, cool. All right, so to start off, can you just introduce yourself, kind of what you do, your company, where you're from, stuff like that, you know?
Got it. Yeah, I'm Jaden McLeod. I run and operate Cool Camel HVAC out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and now Salt Lake City, Utah. Um, I was born in Bountiful, Utah. Moved down here when I was about 8 years old, and lived in Vegas since. So Utah or Vegas is all I know. But all my family's in Utah. I've been kind of going back and forth with trying to get more work out there. So
Okay.
that's where we're at. So
Cool, cool, cool. That's awesome,
yeah,
man.
it is.
What inspired you to start the business?
What inspired me to start my business? I would say um, just when I was working for someone and they told me that I couldn't attend my kid's preschool graduation, I was just like, really? Like, I
Yeah,
get it's preschool. But it's still important. Those are the best years of their lives for me, you know?
yeah.
And I just knew there was something more. I was like, if nobody's going to tell me I can't go to my kid's graduation. So I think from there, I just kind of always had it in my mind. I've always kind of wanted to own a business, not necessarily air conditioning. So it
Yeah, no,
happened,
that's cool. What
right?
what were you doing before you started the business?
So I've pretty much always done air conditioning. So um, my mom and stepdad opened an AC business when I was probably like 13, 14 years old here locally. And he got kind of big but he didn't have enough money to like hire an employee. So at 15, I had no driver's permit, nothing, and he stuck me in a truck to drive around Las Vegas and change air filters. So I started then. I probably worked with him for about a year, and then it was time for me. I was over it. I went and got a different job. Where did I worked at? Like my mom just said, "Go get a job." That's all she wanted me to do. So I went to Lovesac and I applied, and they called me, and I was like, crap, you know. And so they they hired me, and I worked there 2 days, and then they only wanted me to work the weekends, right? So then my
Okay.
mom on Monday was like, "Hey, we're going to California this weekend. Do you think you could get off work?" And I said yeah, without their approval, and I went to California, and we came back, and they're like, "You don't have a job," so that's where I'm at with that. But yeah, so I kind of did that for a little bit. Worked at a dry cleaners. Kind of just I knew the owner. They got me a job. I worked there for what 2 years. Kind of worked my way into maintenance because that's more me is fixing things. And then one day it just hit me that I want a better job. So that's when I asked my stepdad. I'm like, hey, what can I do to get back into it? He said, well, go to AC school. He's like, I want you to prove to me that you're serious. So I went AC school and then worked for him. And then what happened after that? They actually, my parents got a divorce. They closed the business down, and that was it. So I went and worked for somebody after that. So
Did you always know you wanted to start your own business with AC, or did it kind of just naturally happen?
I would say it naturally happened. It definitely naturally happened. I planned on working for my parents forever, right? Like,
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Like, that was my first good job. I started making good money working for my parents. I bought a
Hmm.
house at 20 years old, which at the time
Well,
was cool, right? That was awesome. It was impressive. And, but then, like, a year after I moved into the house is when they got a divorce. They lost their big account that they had, their big money maker, and
mm,
I was like, oh crap, right? So didn't plan on owning a business then. Then I just went and worked for somebody because I just needed to make money now that I had a house, a nice truck, right? It's like I need to
yeah.
make money. So then I just went and worked for another big commercial company, and I stayed there for a while, 5 years. Never with the intention of opening my own business until about the last year. So
Okay.
yeah,
Wow. What was like, did you have like a aha moment kind of when you were kind of doing your own thing and you're like, man, I'm actually doing this?
yeah, I would say it was actually COVID. Right when COVID hit, everybody's like, losing their minds, and I was still working for the company, and I was just like,
Mm,
well, it's going to be slower. Work is still going to be slower, right? A lot of restaurants aren't open and all that. So I decided to get my contractor's license. Don't know what told me to do that except COVID and being slow. So I think I just started and it all worked out.
okay, cool. Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
yeah,
Did uh what were like your big like influences early on, like starting your own, like doing your own thing?
I think just all the crap going on at work and just not letting me go to my kids' stuff. And
Yeah.
we would always do out of town stuff for the last company I worked for, and
Mhm.
it got old. Um, I liked it at first, right? But then I started having kids, I got married, and then like being away from them for so long just kind of just got old. And then and then on those long road trips, I'd listen to Andy Frisella, all his motivation talks, and
That's awesome.
I would say that was the most inspiring thing to me for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. How'd you get like your first customer for your AC company?
I'd say my first customer is definitely probably just word of mouth.
Yeah.
Um, just I, my obviously my parents and my wife's parents all knew what was going on. Um, so I think they just started telling people, and
Yeah,
that's it. I
that's
know I
awesome.
remember my first customer off Yelp because I was just trying different uh, advertising. I didn't know how to advertise. I still don't. I have
Yeah.
no idea. I know how to fix things. That's all I know. So I remember putting like $100 on Yelp. Like that was my monthly budget because I'm like I don't know,
Yeah.
and that was a lot of money at the time. And I was like just to advertise like what? I
Yeah.
remember getting one call off of it on a Saturday, and I was so nervous. It was cool though. I was happy and nervous all at the same time. So
Oh, cool, cool. What are you doing now to like get customers?
now we advertise on Google a lot more than $100. Um, we did TV last year
Oh,
um,
wow.
for what 6 months or so.
That's kind of cool.
It was cool. That was totally different. What else do we do? Um, Social media here and there, which I'm trying to learn more about that. I'm not
Mhm.
really good with social media stuff,
Yeah.
but I think that's probably the way to go. I might try billboards this year.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. On the strip in Vegas?
Yeah, I'll try to do it everywhere. I think I'm gonna do the freeways outside the strip because a lot of
Yeah.
locals don't go to the strip,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I think
no.
they're like, eh.
I
So,
was I
but
was
it'll be
just
cool
out
one day,
there.
right? One
I
day.
was out there a couple weeks ago. So that was my first time out there. It's
Oh,
pretty
really?
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely different. We
Yeah.
avoid the strip at all costs.
Oh, I bet it's packed there 24/7. It's crazy.
Right? Yeah. It maybe it's fun on date night, right? That's about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's cool. Are those ways like working for you, like to get those customers, or are you still like
uh, I
figuring
would
stuff
say
out?
Google's Google's my best. That
Yeah.
one because I can kind of pause it,
Mhm.
activate it when I want. That
Yeah.
I've noticed that works the most. And I have a couple little things that I've learned that actually work way good for me, where don't work for other companies. So I'm gonna keep that one a secret, but uh,
Yeah, no, that's
that works
awesome.
out good. And I came from the commercial world, right? I
Mhm.
only knew commercial. That's what my parents did. That's all I knew, and that's what the job I went to go do did. And when I opened my own, I was like, commercial. I like it, right? And then so you don't really advertise for commercial. You do, but you don't. Not like residential, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, huh. But then I started like not making, at first you make no money,
Yeah.
right? I'm like struggling, and I have a wife, kid, a house. And I remember someone's like, "Hey, can you replace the AC at my house?" And I was like, "Oh crap, I've never done that." Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yep," because I needed to make ends meet. So I
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, I'll do it." I mean, how different is it, right? Uh, Being in an attic, I'm not used to that. That sucked, but
Oh yeah.
I did it, and I realized I gave them a price, right? I gave them this price, and they're like, "Holy crap, that's cheap!" And I'm like, "What?" Right? And I remember the first customer that called me to for a quote. They didn't use me because I was too cheap. They thought I was like a scam artist or something. I'm like, what? Like, I was like, it kind of was a wake up for me, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad they didn't call me on that install because who knows? I would have screwed myself probably. But just looking back, I've learned a lot more, and I obviously, right? So
Yeah. Are you still do you do mostly commercial or are you big
yeah.
residential now?
So I'm 50-50, pretty much right down the center. Um, I always grew the commercial, uh, just because that's what I like. That's what employees like. It's not
Mhm.
so like in people's houses wearing booties, and you can use the bathroom at the commercial place, right? Like it's just
Yeah.
so I grew that way. But I've learned residential, just the money is now, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't
It's
beat that, and
yeah. Because people
uh,
need it. They need it now and they
yeah,
want it now and they'll
yeah,
they'll pay top
exactly.
dollar for it.
Exactly. So once I knew I was and at one time my residential was way bigger than my commercial. So I was like, well, I guess that's what we'll do. And then
Yeah. I
commercial
mean,
kind of took back off. And
okay.
so now I'm 50-50 and I like it both. And
Yeah, you want to grow in both ways. Yeah, that's
yep,
awesome.
exactly. So I
Cool,
want
cool.
both.
Um, can you share like a story from like the first few months of running your company that like you look back on kind of makes you laugh or like cringe?
You ready for this one? So this one was a nightmare. This one lasted almost 6 months. It lasted. This problem lasted 6 months. Okay, so at first it was just me running the company. My younger brother of 7 years, he kind of got roped into AC as well, but he was working for the company that I used to work for. Right, I got him on there before I got fired. So he's working over there. I'm doing my own thing, and I had an install residential, and I was like, dude, I need help. Like, I can't do this by myself. I need to get it up in the attic. I need all sorts of crap, right? And I got this customer through a referral of a friend, and I'm so thankful this guy was patient. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I still have no money. Okay, I'm barely making ends meet, which the best times of my life looking back, right? So I go and buy this guy's equipment, and I had a truck at the time, and I put it in the back because my whole bed of my truck is full of equipment. And I strapped it down, but I only strapped the condenser of the AC unit in the back of the truck, and I put a strap around the bottom, right?
Mm.
But I'm driving down the freeway. Thankfully, my brother was right behind me on the freeway in the van that I purchased, and we're driving up the freeway, and the wind hit the top of the box of the condenser, and it flipped out on the freeway going like 80 miles an hour, and it landed flat on its side. Luckily it's still in the box, and it, oh, you have no idea, it slid perfectly to the shoulder of the freeway. and
Oh,
and we both pull over, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad we're not in the middle of the road. And I'm stressing out. I'm like, dude, it's ruined. Like, I don't have the money to buy another piece of equipment. And so obviously, you're on the side of the freeway, we're trying to hurry. Me and my brother lift it back up, strap it down, and we get to the install. And obviously, nerves are there, and we unbox it, and it looks perfectly fine, except the whole base of it is cracked, like all the plastic pan and stuff.
uh,
Other than that, it's fine. And I was like, cool, right? We do the install. sucked. The attic was the worst. It's a weird attic to get in. You'd have to get up in the attic, then get up like on top of the trusses to replace the furnace and stuff.
Mhm.
Anyway, we were there for like 2 days. We got it installed. Heat works fine, and then we went to go test it in cooling before we left for the day. And the compressor was making the loudest noise ever. And I was like, oh crap, oh crap. What do I do, right? And I'm like, whatever. And I'm telling the customer, let's wait till summer when we start using the AC to see. Maybe it'll go away. I don't know. Like, just all sorts of nerves, right? So uh, then, like, I would say a month or two later, he's like, yeah, it's making the noise. So I nobody could figure it out. I called the manufacturer. They were like, oh yeah, this and that. And then I had a rep come out and they're like, yeah, let's just change the compressor. And then they give me a brand new compressor under warranty. And obviously I'm not telling them this thing went down the freeway, you know. And they gave me a new compressor. I put that compressor in, and something was still causing a really, really loud noise with a new compressor. Had the
Hmm.
manufacturer back out again. They were like, I don't know, put in a solenoid valve, do this, do that. So we did all sorts of things, right? And this is just dragging on. We'd try something, let it go for a week, and then try something else. And then finally, the manufacturer gave me a new condenser. We put it in, haven't heard back. Knock on wood. It's been a couple of years, so
No way.
that one will always stick out to me. So now, strap down your loads and say that's not going anywhere, and you'll be good, right? So,
That is unreal.
oh
That's a
man,
good
that
one.
was stressful, but
It worked out pretty well though.
it did
That's
work
good.
out. I'm thankful that it didn't like just get mangled, right? Like that would have
Yeah,
been way worse. It looked perfect,
I
perfect
know
when we got
that's
it home.
crazy. Uh,
So, yep.
um, so like as a business owner, what's been like the hardest season, and like how do you kind of get through that?
Uh, the hardest season's winter.
Yeah.
Uh, in Vegas, it's just hot, right? And winter
Mhm.
comes, it's cold, but it's not. Sometimes it gets really cold, right? Most of the time, it's comfortable. Like this year has been like awesome. Like it's 75 degrees today, right? Like, and it's January, whatever. It's nice. Everybody could get by without heat, so we struggle. But I've learned I just need to save my money a little bit better going into winter. Um, but the first season that was the hardest was the first year I had two employees going into winter. I did not know how to manage like my money with employees going into winter.
Mhm.
When it was just me, I think I pretty much did it just me and my brother on the side for about 2 years, and that's when I was making the most money. I didn't have to worry about overhead and there and this. It was my best winters ever. But that first winter with two employees, I was like, dude, I'm not making any money and I'm just
Mhm.
forking out money. So
Yeah.
that was definitely my biggest hurdle, but we're
Did you
learning.
have to lay them off, or
No,
even now do you find that you like can't pay them enough? Or
you know, let I'm loyal. I will not lay anyone off.
yeah, no, that's amazing.
I've only fired one person in my whole owning a business venture.
Wow.
Um, that's a whole nother story. But I, I mean, everyone in Vegas knows winter is slow. Your hours are less. Luckily, I would do all sorts of things. I would sell my toys to keep my employees happy. They would come to my house. Like if they don't mind, most of them are super cool. I have an awesome team. They come. They'll help me do my landscaping at my house. They'll help me clean the garage. They'll clean my cars. Anything to make money when we are slow. So I'm pretty loyal to that.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
What makes like your business like different from the other one in Vegas?
Oh, I would say that we show up. We offer good warranties. We're just there. We're not gonna
Mhm.
run from our problems. You call me, I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna be there. We answer on the first call. We show up when we say we're going to show up. We we're not out to rip anyone off. We want to give the best work ever. I want to grow big. So
Yeah, that's awesome. How do you like approach building trust with like your new customers?
listening. I listen to them. I don't gouge them. I don't sell them more than I need to.
Yeah.
Uh, Showing up on time, it all kind of goes back to the same thing, really.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, yeah,
that first, and I still like that. I say the first couple calls, you just you don't upsell them. You just sell them what you need to sell them. You know,
yeah,
like their AC's broken, it's just a capacitor. It's just do a capacitor,
yeah,
right? Like don't be like, oh, it's 15 years old, let's sell it. Like if it's working and it looks okay, you know, just get a
yeah,
capacitor, earn their trust. You know, maybe mention it, but don't bring up a cost about replacing it.
yeah.
I think
No, that's
that's
good.
the best thing. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, uh, is there any like last thing? Is there any like advice that you give to like young maybe HVAC techs or business owners that are getting into the industry?
don't do it. No, just kidding. uh, no, just answer the phone. Show up. Um, have a better game plan than I did. Um, you know, it's amazing. I call companies for like subcontracting work or even just around my house, right?
Hmm.
You know how many times I was trying to find like a locksmith or something, right? Something basic. I went to Google. I don't know a locksmith. I went to Google. I did do what everybody else does, right? I started at the top of the list, call down. And I called the first one, no answer. Called the second one, no answer. I think I did on the fifth call, I finally got someone an answer. And I just used it.
Yeah,
Why can't anybody answer the phone?
I
Like
know.
it's
Yeah,
it's it's crazy to me, but I guess that's the time we live in. And you know, what bothers me is I hold myself to a very high standard.
yeah, that's
Like I
great.
hired a tile company to come replace the flooring, and they're like, "Okay, we'll be there at 8." They didn't show up till 9. Like I'm sitting there antsy, right? Like I'm like, I gotta go. Like I just need to meet with you so we can get the day going, and
Yeah,
they don't show up. So if you're gonna tell someone you're gonna be there at 8, be there at 8. It makes
yeah,
all the difference, especially to me.
yeah. No,
So,
that is really amazing.